Hey guys, RC here, back with a new Let's Play. This is a game just came out a couple of weeks ago. It's called This Grand Life, and it was released on Steam, as I said, a couple of weeks ago. It's not very expensive. I think it was under 14.99, I think, US dollars. So, under 20 euro, or I don't know. I don't know what the conversion there is, so don't hold me to that. But, it's a quaint little game. Basically, what it is it's a life simulator. Uh, there are several Let's Plays. I've been watching one I recommend by a guy named Pinstar. If you want to check him out for some of his Let's Plays, he goes into a lot of details on how inflation works and stuff like that I'm not going to go into, mainly because I just don't care to, or don't understand it myself. So don't want to spend the time to figure it out to tell you about it. But anyway, I'll continue to do my FM, of course, but I'm only getting 2 or 3 views there. So I decided, you know what, this is a new game. I'm kind of liking it. I want to do a Let's Play on it. So I'm going to do it. Can't piss many people off. So, that's the good news. But anyway, we'll still do FM games there, but this is what I wanted to look at. So it's called This Grand Life. Let me bring over my Steam window from my other monitor, and let's pop into the workshop. I've played a couple of solo games. There's only 31 mods out for this right now. And I downloaded 2 mods this morning before I left for work. So I'm just getting home. Now, I'm recording this on Friday, May 4th. So may the 4th be with you. It's actually my birthday today. Not a good day, though, because I am officially older than old now. And I got home today. If you've watched my FM series, if you're one of the guys that have watched my last couple of FM series, episodes, we got a new dog, a rescue dog, and she's a golden retriever and German shepherd, we think. Not positive. We're pretty sure she's golden retriever. Not sure about the other part, but appears to be German shepherd. But she's about a year old. She weighs about 70 pounds. And she is destructive. We've actually given her a run at a house. That ended today because she blew up my house. I got home today. My TV remote control was destroyed. My orthopedic pillow for my neck that cost about $120 was chewed in half. And my gaming headphones that I use. Now I don't use the microphone because I got the Blue Yeti for Christmas, but my gaming headphones, she ate those. So those are destroyed. And she evidently was chasing one of the other dogs and blew out one of the parts. I have a U-shaped, like an accounting desk, U-shaped desk, and one of the end piece that supports like the side table, she broke that off of the desk. So, my weekend is going to be trying to figure out how to rig that back together. So anyway, so there were a couple of mods. The first mod was healthcare career. This just adds some new jobs, healthcare and crystal meth manufacturing. So if you want to go the Walter White route, you can actually do that now. And you can see there's quite a few. There's a few in here. Now that's by Kiko. And I will put a link to that in the video description. The other one I got was the Mega Mod plus Mafia Syndicate by Vlade. Now, Vlade appears to do quite a few subscriptions. There's one right there, Music Star, Weed King. So anyway, what this one does is it adds several jobs: mayor, power broker, weed growing. He is looking for suggestions on how to improve that. So if any of you out there are aspiring weed producers, maybe you can give him some pointers on how to improve that. Music star, esport champion, also looking for suggestions there. Sports star, mafia syndicate, and police chief. So what is that? 8 new careers in the game, plus the medical is 10 new jobs. Okay, so weed growing you can actually do from the very beginning. I am a huge again, I mentioned it's my birthday. I turned 51 today. Don't unsubscribe just because I'm old. My God, don't be so shallow. Come on, guys. But I think, growing up as a child of 80s music, Motley Crue and Rat and Poison and Warrant and Wasp and Judas Priest and Metallica and Megadeth and Anthrax and all Ozzy and that whole genre of pop rock and pop metal and heavy metal and thrash and that was where I was at. Was not into the new wave stuff like the Cars and Aha and stuff like that. Although as I've aged and gotten a little more mellow, I've gone back and revisited some of that music and can at least appreciate it and listen to it now, and for what it is. But still love my metal, man. Flashing the devil horns. If I had a green screen and a camera, I'd be flashing the horns at you. But that's all right. Anyway, I think I want to go the music star route. So you can see here, you can be a street performer, a bar singer, a talented music entertainer, a mega band vocalist, a mega band lead singer. I don't know what the difference is there. I mean, a lead singer and a vocalist, same difference? Don't know. Oh well. Total music star and an international music star. I guess that's up to the level of like Beyonce and, I don't know, whatever. Nobody I listen to. My guys are all down here in the arena band level. Def Leppard and all that, So anyway, I think I want to do the music star, but I wanted to show you the two mods that I did bring in. Just to add a little change of careers that we could look at. All right, so with that said, the game itself is it's a click fest. It can get repetitive, but on the flip side, I'm finding it fun to play. It does get repetitious. Don't misunderstand me, but I think there's a lot of replayability to it, especially as mods start coming out. And I'm guessing the developer, we're on release 1.12, so I'm guessing he will eventually have more things that he adds himself. Plus, the modders community will add some things, but it's a really good game. Got to leave for my date in 15 minutes. You can fire this up and play for 15 minutes and then, save it and walk out. And, it's not like you have to invest a lot of time at a stretch. On the flip side of that, it is very easy to, sit there and click away. And next thing you know, you've been playing for 3 hours. So anyway, let's get into it. We're going to play a new game. Now, you know me, I don't play the hardest levels. I have actually tried to do a hard level, and it kicked my ass. So if you want to see a really, some hard levels, go check out Pinstar. But I'm going to go into the custom game here, and you have 4 cities to choose from. And if you look to the right, the details and the bottom. So Sydney has several modifiers. New York has several modifiers. Amsterdam and Berlin. Now, Amsterdam I find very hard. I actually did start a Let's Play earlier, and I lost inside the first episode. This 10 hours a week at the start of the week just kicked my butt. So, not sure where to go with that. Berlin, Germany, you can get a car, which makes traveling faster, but then traveling takes 20% longer. We can overcome that to some extent, but we're not going to be an engineer. Now, coffee shops, that seems like it would tie in, but being that I'm an American, I'm going to play in good old New York, New York, a city I would never live in, have no desire to really go to. I've heard some good things about like upstate New York, but New York, just, Anyway, I will not get off onto a political diatribe, but anyway, financial capital of the world. The map traits, rent control. So rent is 10% less. That's helpful. The financial hub. So if you go into finance, they pay more. And traffic jams. If you buy a vehicle, their effectiveness is cut by 60%. Now, then we go to where you were born, golden pedestal, and I want you to look down here at the bottom when I'm mousing over. So on a golden pedestal gives us 20 points, a private hospital gives us 8, a public hospital gives us 2, in a trailer park gives us -4, and behind a dumpster is -8. I'm going to be born in a public hospital because this is my first Let's Play for this game, and I don't want to lose in the first episode like I have been doing playing on the hard levels before. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to start off with 2 privilege points. So we're going to go next, and this will be me. So Raging Cajun, the aspiring rock star. You know, he's got the look. You know, he's got the little skater hat on. Looks like a skateboard dude. At least what I picture at least how I picture the skateboard dudes when I was young. So we're gonna go with him. He's kind of into the music scene. I didn't see one with like real long hair. We could say that was a dude. Or not. Nah, we'll go with that. All right, so that's us, Raging Cajun. Now, set traits. So being born in a public hospital, we start with 2 points. So each one of these is either a positive or a negative trait and has a corresponding cost. So for example, a smoker gives you a cost of 5. We have 2 privilege points. So each one of these, the negative ones will actually add to your points. So let's say we chose smoker, which is 5. That would give us 7. Whereas if you take a positive, like platinum spoon, that would bring you to -6. And you would have to take something else. You have to be at 0. So, we have 2 points that we can spend. Now, we can take some negative traits if we want. Weak immunity, I will take that. That gives us 4 points. We're probably a high school dropout. Most of the rockers dropped out of high school and then, started performing. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I mean, we could go for the stereotypical rock star smoking. Do they have drugs? We don't have drug addiction, so we could do a smoker if we wanted to. But we could always be like Alice Cooper, who doesn't drink or do drugs. So, and he just plays golf, which is addictive enough in and of itself. So we could have a weak immunity. That gets us to 4 points. Now, one of the things I always remember when I was reading about rock stars, now this was before the internet, and you had monthly magazines like Hit Parader and Circus and Kerrang. They basically convinced their girlfriends to pay their rent, buy their food. It was a great job if you could get it, I suppose. So I think we might want marketer because eventually I think that's going to be self-employed. I think. Let me see. Let me double check his notes here. All right. Music star. Street performer at the park. So yeah, this would actually be first level, and you need a diploma of music. So a diploma of music. That's probably something you get at the the city hall, I think. Most of those rock stars are like real skinny, so they're like, in pretty good shape unless they're drugged out of their minds. So he's probably a speed walker. That takes 2 points. And you know what? I'm going to say a high-risk borrower because they don't make a lot of money up front, and, they're not worried about, paying their bills on time. So we're going to say he's a high-risk borrower. That gets us another point. Do we give him child support? Maybe. So I'm not going to, we're not a platinum spoon. Your agent might be well connected, but probably not you. When I think of the typical rock star, I think of how Motley Crue described themselves, or the one that really stood out to me after all these years later is Scott Ian of Anthrax. Said that when they left New York and they went to San Francisco and they got their first record deal with Megaforce Records, that was the same label that had Metallica at the time, early in their career. This was before Kill 'Em All. And he said that they used to eat bologna on hand, H-A-N-D. And somebody asked him what that was. He goes, well, we'd steal the bologna, but we couldn't afford the bread, and you couldn't really smuggle that out in your pants. So all they had was bologna on their hand, and that was what they ate. So that kind of stood out with me. I would say, I don't like Deal Hunter. We're not going to be well educated. You know what? I'm going to say, if you're a musician, okay, every musician starves at the beginning, right? And you've got to have that optimistic attitude, right? To keep going, keep plugging away, not giving up. So we're going to be optimistic. That'll help us out a little bit. And we're going to be a coupon clipper because we're always looking for deals, Saving money is the name of the game. So that's going to be our character. All right. Education, we're not going to have one. Now, this does say to get to the higher levels, a diploma of music arts. That does not, I don't see it in the list here. Oh, there it is. So we will have to earn that. Okay, that's fine. That gives us an education goal that we need to get. And our preset goals is to become a millionaire. We're in this for sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? So, we want to get rich. All right, so let's start the game. Now, again, I am recording this on Friday. It'll probably be a few days before I render this because, as I said, I got home today and my headphones were eaten by my new dog. So I can't listen to the audio to make sure it's any good. So I could assume it's good because I haven't had an issue before. And I can see that my mic is still working. So all that's in working order. But, I do like to usually give a quick listen to the audio track just to make sure it's not horrific. All right, so here we are in New York. We'll scroll all the way out, and you can see there's a lot of room that he could add a lot of stuff into the game. But let's take a quick look if you've never seen the game, which I'm going to assume you haven't. All right, so if we start down at the southern end of the city, this is a downtown, and we have the Statue of Liberty, and Coney Island, and this right here, what do they call that? Why am I drawing a blank? This is like the ritzy part of town. Times Square and Wall Street and all that other stuff. Oh, that's right here. Central Park, Upper East Side. Why can't I think about what it is? Okay, well, Rocket Buddy City Center is, of course, Rockefeller Center. That's where the World Trade Towers were, and the downtown skyline of New York. The bank, Wall Street, and City Hall. That's all right here in the ritzy part of town. Very expensive to live here on the Upper East Side. Statue of Liberty's down here, Central Park. We have Columbia University, Manatee Stadium, which is Yankee Stadium, of course, and then the Bronx, East Bronx. We've got a burger joint down here. We have a widgets manufacturing plant. Hillcrest, that's an apartment complex, so this is middle class area. The library over in Queens. Then we have Coney Island as another minimum wage, low rent district. You have the Eagles Squawk. I don't know what that is representative of, but that is a bar. And then we come across into, I think this is Brooklyn, the Collector's Paradise, Mariners Harbor, another middle class housing area. Prime Purchases, which is where we buy all of our electronics. We have the New Jersey Institute of Technology. This is your trade school. And we have the Newport Plaza, which is the mall. That's where you can buy groceries and household items. So that's everything in the game. And we'll talk about it, but basically what we're doing is we're trying to balance bars. Everything you do has a reaction to your action. So we start with $1,000. We are homeless. We're unemployed. We have an economic growth, an interest rate, and inflation. Those will all fluctuate just like they do in real life. Again, if you want a little more detailed explanation, Pinstar is the guy that I've seen that you want to go check his stuff out. He talks a lot about that in his videos. I'm not. You can see we have 112 hours each week to our life, or each this is basically a weekly period. So we have 112 hours that we can do something with. And we have a happiness factor, which the mean is 50. If you go above 50, that's good. If you go below 50, that's bad. If you get too far below 50, game over. They'll actually put you in a straitjacket and lock you in the loony bin, and it's literally game over. You have a hunger factor. You get hungry, you need to rebuild your fun. Hygiene, you need to take a bath every once in a while, even rock stars. And health, if you get sick, then you can get hit with major medical costs. You also wear clothes, and that's all we start the game with, is the clothes on our back, literally, and they decay over time. We have our character bar that can show us current things about our character. Possessions are the things that you actually own. This is where you will see other sets of clothing that you wear, housing, things of that nature. And then you can start your own business. You can check social stuff. You can look for a date. I have not done that. I think we are going to do that. All right, so I had to put a couple of breaks in there, guys. My wife actually called, and I mentioned it's my birthday today, and my dog ate my headphones. Did I mention that? I'm really mad at the dog. Anyway, my wife was nice enough. She ran up to Best Buy, and she just called me and asked me if she wanted to, if I wanted her to upgrade to a nicer pair of headphones, and the difference would be for my birthday present. So I told her it was up to her. There's a couple of things I told her I would like, so I'll be surprised when she gets home. Anyway, back to this. So it's balancing your bars. Now, the big thing is your happiness. 50 is your constant. It can go a little higher. It can go lower. If it goes lower, it will automatically regenerate over time back to 50%. If it goes higher, it will degrade over time back to 50%. If you get too low and for too long, you're going to actually lose the game. They will literally, and I know this from a fact, they will come lock you up in a straitjacket and the game is over and you lose. So we might see that, because it happened to me yesterday when I was playing, when I was trying a harder playthrough, which is why I'm not doing a harder playthrough today. Also, as you do things, you'll get hungry. You'll need to build up your fun. You'll need to take a bath. You'll need to work out and exercise to stay healthy. The biggest things in here is your fun and your health. Basically, if anything gets too low or zeroes out, that's what causes your happiness to take a hit. And there are periodic events that can add happiness, or like you can eat a fancy meal, which costs about $1,000 at the restaurant, that will add happiness as well. But that's $1,000. You don't want to spend money on, just because. But the big things are your fun and your health. If your health goes below 50% at the end of a week, you run a risk of getting sick and having to pay a doctor bill. And that can get very costly. If your fun gets too low, then that is what can really affect your happiness a lot, very quickly. So we'll talk about how you can raise these things, and we'll take a look at it. But let's take a look at the map. All right, so we zoom out here, and this is New York City. We've already kind of looked at it. So we want to live in one of these two lower income areas. And we want to cut down on the travel time as much as possible, right? So we're here currently in Central Park, okay? So it takes us 2 hours to get to City Hall, which is centrally located. It takes us 3 hours to get to the Bronx. And it takes us 5 hours to get to Coney Island. So that would be about 3 hours from City Hall. Okay, so it's about 3 hours from the middle of the map to get out to any location, right? So that's just general travel time. 4 hours out to the Widgets, 4 hours out to the Institute, 6 hours out to Brooklyn. So that's from up here. So 3 to 4 hours basically from the middle of the map is that's just to travel. And then it takes time to do things while you're there. So first thing we want to do is figure out where we're going to work. And then we can figure out where we want to live. Now, we're already in Central Park. So let's click on that. And I'm going to apply for a job. Now, they do not have any openings this week. They have a groundskeeper. Bear with me here. I'm looking at his, all right, so casual clothes and a guitar starts at the park. Okay, well, I tell you what, let's first go here. And, oh my God, an acoustic guitar is $863. Wow. Okay. We're going to buy that. Now, we've already traveled there, so we're going to buy and all we need is an acoustic guitar. Okay, we'll need a guitar at a future point, but it says we need oh, no. We only need a guitar. Okay, so we're going to buy, oh, there's an electric guitar. Ooh, a Ferrari. Sweet. I was looking to see if there was a amplifier. So the electric guitar is $2,800. Okay, that does not improve needs. So let's buy the guitar. All right, we have a guitar. Let's go back to the park. All right, there is no job there. And that's where it says it is, that it starts at the park. And we're wearing casual clothes. I want to check here just for giggles. Okay, so there's the athletes. All right, so evidently there is not a job. Statue of Liberty. Nope. And I don't see any other parks. So I'm wondering if Central Park, yeah, that's the only park. All right, so we're going to forgo a job this week. Let's go ahead and get a house. If we assume Central Park is right, I've never seen a job not available, though. Oh, you know what? Okay, I own it, so it should be automatically applied. Oh, business? No? Okay, so that's not a self-employed business. Interesting. It says, I mean, yeah, it says level 1 starts at the park. All right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and go to the Bronx. We're going to find a home, and we are going to get a 1-bedroom apartment, and that's $527 a month paid up front. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take a job just right now to get started until we can find that musician job. Okay, the street performer is what we're looking for. All right, so you can see our hunger's gone down because we're down to 79 hours in the week. So we're going to work 2 20-hour shifts, make a little bit of money. Let me double check my character. Okay, we're not a gambler, so we don't have to worry about that. And you can see our clothes have degraded 3%. All right, I need to go back home. We're going to shower. Now, showering, you see it takes 5 hours, and it generates 12 hygiene per hour. So that's 60. You can't go over 100. So honestly, until we get down to 40, we waste time doing that. But we are hungry. So I'm going to order a pizza because I don't have a fridge yet. All right. So we've done that. And then we want to keep the fun up. So we're going to stare at the wall, which generates 1.2 per hour. All right. So we'll do 2 of those. Let's see, I've got 11 hours left. I'm going to shower and then stare at the wall again. So you can see our hunger is at 50%, 48%, but we kept our fun pretty high, hygiene's high, and health is high. And that's kind of the goal. You want to be as close to maxed out on these come the end of the week that you can, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can sometimes suffer a little bit, and I need to get a refrigerator. So first thing I want to do is go here, apply for a job. Okay, so there's still no job there. Now we're making $13.27, and the pay this week if we apply is $13.25. So if you reapply for a job at a higher rate, you get a pay raise. Fair enough? We'd get a pay cut, so it's not worth it. So we're going to keep our old job. All right, we're going to work 2 of those. We're down 0. Let me go see how much a refrigerator is. $670. I'm going to come to the mall and buy groceries. And then we're going to go back. We're going to come to the park, and I'm going to go for a run. That gets our health up, back up to 98%. And then home, we're going to eat, stare at the wall, and shower. And then stare at the wall again just to get a little boost. Now you see we didn't have enough time to maximize that, but that's okay. You know, you have to do something to end the week. So again, we're at 68%, a little lower than I'd like. I'd like that to be somewhere 70 or above, but it didn't hurt us. But, you know, we have to watch that week in, week out. Let's see. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the stadium. All right, nothing there. Go to the park. It doesn't say. I am subscribed to it. And we did see the esports, so it's in here. I'm just not seeing the job. So one job not available due to competition. Could just be there's too many aspiring musicians right now. All right. So we are going to go ahead and work a couple of shifts. All right. We're going to come down to the bar. This is going to be different because we're low on fun. So a bar fight is free, takes 5 hours, and it generates 5 health per hour. So that's 25. All right. So that gets us up to 78%. Doing another one doesn't help us because that would put us over 100. So it would be a waste of time. And you can see our happiness is down. So I'm getting concerned about that. So let's get home. We're going to eat. We're going to shower. We're going to eat again. I'm going to stare at the wall once and then shower again and then stare at the wall again. All right. So look, our happiness went up 1% this week. So you have to manage that. Happiness is the hardest one because there's really nothing to do except for manage it most of the time. All right. And it's just repeating. Now, our health is down to 80%. So let's swing by, go for a run. We get 20% there. Down to the park. Oh, street performer. And it's $17.83 an hour. So we don't have to quit the other job. We just submit our application and it quits our other job. And there we are. So boom, we're going to perform 2 shifts and we are working away. Now, let's take a look at our character. And you can see we have 40 music experience, 40 hours of work. We did gain 120 hours of gardening, which is not going to do us any good. But we are into the music business now. And so this is going to be a good place for a cut. Probably went a little long this episode, kind of getting started, but I wanted to get the job. So we'll pick up here in the middle of our week. Well, actually, you know what? Let's finish the week. So let's go down and bar fight. Then we will come back home and we will eat, shower, and eat again, and stare at the wall. And that ends our week. So back up to 40% happiness. We're trending that the right direction. We're keeping these elevated. We do have to watch our clothing wear. It'll last a while, but eventually those will wear out and we'll have to go buy another set of clothes at the clothing store. Casual clothes are the cheapest, typically $80 or $90. But every once in a while we can get coupons too. Sometimes if I get a coupon, I'll buy 2 pairs if it's half price. And, then I've got 2 pairs to last me. So next episode, we'll come back. We'll work some more. We'll probably buy our refrigerator. Actually, no, we already own a refrigerator. Now, the guitar, these things just real quick. These things are under warranty for 52 weeks, for 1 year. At the end of 52 weeks, they can start breaking. And then you have to pay to repair them or buy new ones. So again, just like coupons for your clothing, you can get clothing for the electronics store. You can get clothing, coupons for the mall, different things for the fast food joints, different things. They're not often, but they can get them. And because we are a coupon clipper, we will get more of them. All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think about the game. Let me know if you're excited about it. I hope you guys follow along on the Let's Play. And, we'll be just playing this out at, just whatever pace suits my fancy and getting these up. You may not see this one till next week. By the time I get around to, rendering it, I've still got to get the headphones from my wife when she gets home tonight. Check the audio track. So you'll probably see this probably next week sometime. And anyway, and I've already got Football Manager episodes up for Monday as well. So, look for that as well. Guys, thanks so much. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel. It means the world to me. And anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game. And, like I said, hey, it's, for $15, it's a nice little, time waster, that you can just get into and, play a day or two real quick and then, be out the door or on to the next thing without having to kick in a ton of time. Like for Football Manager, for me to sit down and play that, it's, I'm looking at 2-3 hours minimum just to kind of get my motor rolling, So anyway, Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and all that other YouTube-y stuff. See you guys later. Bye.